What up, fam? Today I'm going to review the Nike ZoomX Alphafly 2 after 400 miles. Disclaimer, no one is paying me to make this video. I bought the shoe myself and I'm making this video on my own accord. And I rode it into the ground, at least for this shoe. I'm going to talk about the changes within the shoe on the time frame leading up to 400 miles. I'm going to talk about the upper, the midsole, and the outsole. Comment down below if you've had the Alphafly 2 and what you thought of it and how long did you wear it for. And smash that like button because it really helps the video and it tells YouTube to push the video out. If you haven't checked out my Alphafly 2 is better than the Alphafly 1 video for the marathon, I'll link it up in the cards and I'll put it at the end. In that video, I go over biomechanics and stuff like that on explaining why the Alphafly 2 is designed to be better performing at the marathon distance, in my opinion, than the Alphafly 1. So be sure to check it out. Alright, so let's get started with the biggest issue of the shoe, in my opinion, and that is the upper. The upper felt to me very tight. It took around 40 miles to conform to my foot or break in. I kept getting big toe, third toe, and pinky toe blood blisters. The Atom knit of this shoe feels very thready in my opinion, much like dental floss. Like if you were to take a piece of this and put it between your tooth, it would cut your gums. The upper started to rip on both sides of the same shoe at around 250 miles. Even after the upper began to loosen or break in, I still continually got this pinching sensation from the laces or the upper near the fold of my ankle up in the front. And that would take like 1 to 2 retries to retie to get it where it was feeling comfortable and not pinching my foot while I'm running fast. The heel cushion within the inside of the shoe feels a little high in my opinion, to the point that if you're wearing a low cut sock and over the course of a run, the heel cushion is going to go into the low cut sock and make it drop down below the heel, leading to potentially blisters. Next, let's talk about the midsole, the beefy part of the shoe. Now for the midsole, or any ZoomX shoe, well particularly this one, there is a break-in period of around 30 miles. Comment down below if you agree. Until then, around that 30-mile mark, the midsole feels really stiff and doesn't really bend per se. The midsole would be described as soft, but not as responsive compared to the version 1. I talk about that in that video. After about 250 miles, there's an increase in tilt or cant within the shoe to the point where it feels like you are running on the cant of a road with each shoe respectively, so kind of slanted on the outside of your foot / heel. Now I notice, and I'm not the only one I've heard that has said this, but because of the increase in cant or slant of the shoe, probably due to all the foam, and how it affects your mechanics, you may start to develop things such as piriformis syndrome, deep gluteal syndrome, some bummy feeling deep in your buttock or piriformis because of the fact that it's affecting your mechanics. So it may lead to some hip issues if you wear this shoe for too long, but that is just my experience. I have also noticed some big toe discomfort in this shoe. It's hit or miss, usually at the end of a longer run or workout, and that could be due to probably the stiffness within the forefoot that is affecting how the mechanics of your big toe is moving. This shoe is much better in my opinion than its predecessor on turns. This shoe started losing its pop around 300 miles. Next, let's talk about the outsole. I believe is probably one of the best parts of this shoe compared to the predecessor. Great traction for the most part, except for wet roads. Those that ran CIM this year with the rain could probably agree. There was a lot of squeaking going on. And the outsole of the version 2 is much more durable than the version 1 in my opinion. Now overall, the shoe is a great shoe. It does have a sweet spot in my opinion from about 30 miles to about 150 miles, depending on the person and the runner. Anything below or above that range may yield a rough time for you, as those miles, in my opinion, is the sweet spot of where this shoe is going to ride best with break-in and etc. If you guys liked this video, check out this one next. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for when I post the next video. Love you all. Catch you guys next time. Peace.